Hey everybody, I'm Jared Drew from Gays Around the World, and I'm here with Joseph Amenta, who is the director of Flood, which is a short film here at the Toronto International Film Festival.
Yeah.
Joseph, congratulations.
Thank you for having me. This is great.
So tell us a little bit about your film.
So the film follows the life of a young boy and his sister celebrating her birthday. She's on the cusp of turning into a young adult, and he's trying to maintain a sense of an imaginary world that he knows that she's losing. They don't have much, and their abuelita, their grandmother, is not doing so well. And you see them move through the city like colorful bandits, trying to experience small joys. And then at the end of the film, you realize what the cost of that freedom is.
I see. And so how did it come together for you?
Well, I did it during a residency at the Canadian Film Centre. It was a lab that they offer for directors.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and it was a long process. It was a long lab, about 5 months, and we knew we were going to make a short, and I wanted to make something that was hopefully poignant, and use that organization to really bolster stories like this, queer stories in a new way, especially coming from an immigrant home. So I wanted to do something that juxtaposed the beauty and agency of these characters, which we don't often see in queer cinema, while also not neglecting the reality of their situation.
Wow, that's fantastic. And what are some of the challenges that you faced, like in production, as far as in the process of making the movie? Technically,
how long do we have? The issue was I have a very different form of filmmaking. I like to take my time. I typically don't use actors. I find people within the queer community who I feel have a light that needs to be captured.
Wow, that's really, really amazing.
Yeah, and I rebuild the character and story based off of talking with them. We basically come up with dialogue together, the stories together that are rooted in their experience. But with this piece, because it was more of an organized situation, we needed to cast conventionally. We had very strict shoot days. We were shooting during the week, during the school year. So the young girl, needed 2 hours of tutoring per day, plus a break every 45 minutes. We had 9 locations. So there was a lot of time in prep and not a lot of time in actually capturing the moments. So that was the biggest challenge, not having the time for the piece.
I see, excellent. And the music is a really big part of this film, I feel. It's really, really powerful.
Yeah.
How did you choose, that music in particular?
Well, the music is composed by a member of the Canadian Film Centre in my year, Stephen Krakow, and he is a composer, very talented, and we really wanted to create sounds that the characters are hearing in their head. It's more for the characters than it is for the audience. We wanted to allow for a suspension of belief in the world that they're living. When we slow down, we're hearing those euphoric tones that they're experiencing in that moment. I also wanted to inject some levity. In the queer music scene, there's a lot of life and there's a lot of colors and sound, and I didn't want to play into the emotional undertones of the film. I wanted to use it as a point of bringing up the energy in the piece.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the illusion of the flood, is there a way that you could explain that a little bit more?
Sure. I think water has a dual purpose. It can bring people together through travel. It can also be overwhelming and is a point of fear for a lot of people. When the young girl looks out of the water when they get to the lake, she sees hope and beauty, possibility. She's probably never left her small town. But for him, it's ominous. It's weary to imagine what else can kind of lurk beyond his scope. He's overwhelmed by it and kind of submerges below it. So you see the same kind of picturesque idea of water and its beauty being seen in 2 different ways.
What would be your hope as far as the reach that this film has to the wider audience around the world, perhaps?
Well, I love the idea of having queer characters involved in stories that don't pertain so closely to coming out of the closet or transitioning as a trans person or being bullied in high school. I think we've seen a lot of those stories. I also like the idea of having characters that are expressing femininity, especially in a male form, and being free and powerful in doing so. I want to showcase the collision that culture and tradition and religion can have with queerness, because it's often one or the other.
Yeah.
And what does that space in between look like? The responsibilities of having a family, but also wanting to be true to who you are. So I hope that people watch the film. I hope people are inspired by these characters. I hope that they don't feel sorry for the characters, most importantly, and that they understand that they're survivors and that they will find a way to continue to dance, sing, and love and laugh. Yeah.
What do you think would be one of the best ways for them to see this short film in the future?
Well, it's continuing its festival run.
Right.
I think Vancouver just announced that they're going to be screening it, and there's definitely more.
Yay!
Yeah, great.
We're based in Vancouver.
Vancouver, Curtis from Vancouver, Biff, has
Yeah.
been such a support for my film. So it's going to go to Vancouver, and then many others that I can't speak about yet, but good things.
That's awesome news.
It's good. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. Unfortunately, because it is a Canadian Film Centre piece, I'm not as free with the visibility of the film, but they gave me the opportunity to film it, so otherwise it wouldn't exist. We're going to kind of ride that wave and see what happens, and hopefully people will get their eyes on it. Yeah.
Fantastic. And I believe you have a upcoming project. And you had won a award.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that? Awesome.
It's a film.
Congratulations.
Thank you. There's a few things going on with that. It's called Tribe. It's a working title that we're developing that pertains to the idea of a found family, a chosen family. It follows the lives of 3 adolescent queer boys, around 12, 13, who become enraptured in the nightlife scene over their summer break before a loss of life pulls them back into the reality that they've abandoned. So it's essentially queerness, the story of brotherhood or sisterhood through the perspective of a new lens, re-landscaping what young queer people look like. They all come from different cultural homes. So again, intersecting culture and queerness. I want to show young queer characters who love each other and support each other and have banded together as a means of survival and understanding. But also, again, with this film and similar to that, I wanted to play between the worlds of agency and power while also maintaining the dangers of being visibly queer and what that means in society still.
Absolutely. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, we're really impressed by the film.
Thanks.
And I'm really, really excited about your future.
Thank you.
You're brilliant.
I appreciate it.
Truly are. And thank you so much for interviewing with Gays Around the World TV.
Yeah, thank you.